I found out I was $87,000 in debt on a Tuesday. Not because I racked up credit cards, not because I lived beyond my means, but because my parents decided my identity was community property and my brother's dreams were more important than my financial future. I'm 28 now, and I'm still paying for a degree he never finished while he posts Instagram stories from Cancun. Let me back up. I'm Maya, 28F, and my brother Trevor is 30M. Growing up, Trevor was the golden child. Charming, charismatic, the kind of kid who could talk his way out of anything. I was the responsible one, which is family code for, we expect you to handle everything without complaint. Trevor got the praise, I got the expectations. When Trevor graduated high school with a 2.3 GPA, my parents threw him a massive party. When I graduated valedictorian 2 years later, my mom asked if I could skip the ceremony because it conflicted with Trevor's intramural basketball game. I went to my graduation alone and took myself to dinner at Denny's afterward. College was supposed to be my escape. I got a full ride to a state university. Academics, not athletics, because apparently working your ass off doesn't count as much as being able to throw a ball. My parents were proud, sure, but the conversation quickly shifted to Trevor. Maya, your brother really wants to go to that private film school in California, Mom said during my graduation dinner. It's $45,000 a year, but it's his dream. That's great, I said carefully. How's he planning to pay for it? Dad cleared his throat. Well, we were hoping you could help us figure that out. You're good with numbers. I should have known then. I should have seen it coming. I moved into my dorm that fall, started my biology major, and focused on keeping my scholarship. I worked part-time at the campus library, sent money home when I could because Mom would call crying about bills. Trevor had started at his fancy film school, and according to his social media, he was living his best life. Parties every weekend, expensive camera equipment, spring break trips. I was eating ramen and studying until 2 a.m. But sure, I'm glad someone was enjoying their college experience. 2 years in, I started getting weird emails, payment reminders for loans I didn't remember taking out. At first, I thought it was spam or a mistake. Then the calls started, collections agencies asking for Maya Rodriguez about federal student loans. I only have one loan, I told them, from my freshman year for books. It's like $3,000. Ma'am, our records show 6 different loans totaling $87,340. My hands went numb. That's impossible. I have a full scholarship. These loans were dispersed to California Institute of Digital Arts between 2019 and 2021. Are you saying you didn't attend this school? That's when my world tilted sideways. California Institute of Digital Arts, Trevor's film school. I hung up and immediately called my parents. Mom answered on the 4th ring, and I could hear the TV in the background. Maya, honey, what's wrong? Did you take out loans in my name? My voice was shaking. For Trevor's school? Silence. Long, guilty silence. Mom, answer me. Your father thought it would be easier. You have better credit, and Trevor couldn't qualify on his own. We were going to pay them back. You stole my identity? Do you understand what you've done? Don't be dramatic, Maya. We're family. What's yours is ours. Trevor needed this opportunity. I actually laughed. Not a happy laugh, the kind of laugh you make when you realize your entire family has been lying to your face. Where's Trevor now, Mom? Still at his dream school? Another pause. He had to take a break. Film school wasn't quite what he expected. When did he drop out? Maya, don't say it like that. When? After his sophomore year, but he's figuring things out. He's working on a startup idea. I hung up. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely dial my bank. I pulled my credit report and saw it all. 6 student loans, all federal, all in my name, all co-signed by my father using my information. They'd opened them over 3 years, and I had no idea. The worst part? Trevor dropped out halfway. That means I'm paying $87,000 for 1.5 years of film school that produced 0 films and one wannabe entrepreneur who can't hold a job at Starbucks. I called my brother next. "Maya, what's up, sis?" "You dropped out of film school." "Oh, yeah, it wasn't really my vibe, you know? Too much structure. I'm more of a free spirit. I'm $87,000 in debt because of you." "What? No way. Mom and Dad said they'd handle all that." "They used my name, Trevor, my social security number, my credit. I'm paying for your school that you didn't even finish." "Dude, that's between you and them. I didn't ask them to do that." "But you knew, didn't you? You knew I wasn't actually in California? You knew those loans weren't mine?" "I mean, I didn't think about it that hard." "Look, Maya, I'm sorry you're upset, but this isn't really my problem. You should talk to Mom and Dad." He actually hung up on me. I sat in my dorm room and cried for 3 hours. Then I got angry. Really angry. I did what any rational person would do. I went nuclear. First, I contacted an attorney specializing in identity theft. Yes, I could press charges against my own parents. Yes, this was fraud. The attorney was almost gleeful about how clear-cut the case was. "Your parents are liable for every penny. This is textbook identity theft. You could pursue criminal charges, or we go the civil route and sue for damages plus emotional distress." I chose both. I filed a police report. I filed disputes with all 3 credit bureaus. I contacted the loan servicers and explained that these loans were fraudulent. And then, because I'm apparently capable of being as ruthless as my family taught me to be, I sued my parents in civil court. The lawsuit wasn't just for the $87,000, it was for the destroyed credit, the emotional distress, the years of financial abuse disguised as family support, and the fact that they'd essentially stolen my entire financial future for Trevor's Instagram aesthetic. My family lost their minds. Mom called me sobbing. "How could you do this to us? We're your parents. We gave you life. And you stole my identity. We're even." Dad tried the stern approach. "You're being selfish, Maya. Family takes care of family." "Then why didn't Trevor take out his own loans? Why didn't you take them out?" "Our credit is maxed out from Trevor's first year. We had medical bills." "So you ruined mine instead." Trevor, predictably, posted a vague Instagram story about toxic people who don't understand family loyalty. I screenshotted it for my lawyer. We added defamation to the suit. The extended family came after me next. Aunts, uncles, cousins, everyone had an opinion about how I was tearing the family apart. My grandmother called me ungrateful. My uncle said I was going to hell. Fine. I'd rather go to hell than spend another decade paying for Trevor's vacation and dropout. Here's where it gets good. Discovery revealed that my parents had been planning this since my junior year of high school. They'd collected my documents, memorized my social security number, and forged my signature on every application. They'd even intercepted mail sent to their address to keep me from finding out. The court didn't take it well. The judge ordered my parents to assume full responsibility for the loans, all $87,000 plus accrued interest. They had 60 days to face criminal prosecution for fraud. Additionally, I was awarded $35,000 in damages for emotional distress and credit repair, plus all my legal fees. My parents had to take out a second mortgage on their house. Trevor? He got nothing, but he also got stuck watching Mom and Dad lose everything because he couldn't be bothered to get a real job or finish what he started. The WhatsApp group chat went silent after that. Suddenly, no one had opinions anymore. I graduated debt-free. Well, actually debt-free this time, and got into a top medical school. I blocked my parents, Trevor, and everyone who defended them. Last I heard, Trevor's startup failed, and he's back living at home. Mom and Dad are still paying those loans. They'll be paying them until they're 70. And me? I'm thriving. I'm in my second year of medical school, I have a great apartment, and my credit score is finally recovering. Sometimes people ask if I regret it, pressing charges, suing my own family, destroying my relationship with them. I don't. They destroyed themselves the moment they decided my future was worth less than Trevor's fantasy. For everyone asking, yes, I'm still no contact. No, I don't feel guilty. Yes, my therapist says I did the right thing. And yes, Trevor still posts on Instagram like nothing happened. Some people never learn.